It had become an everyday thing where I would wake up in the morning sick. I would get in my car, I would make an hour drive to Baltimore. I would buy what I could find, I would come home and I would use.
Courtney SHAFF's addictions include heroin and fentanyl, and she has abused methadone.
I had two best friends, Eric and Seth, and I'm the only one left.
2019 brought Courtney to a rock bottom. She gave birth to her son Christopher at 23 weeks. He didn't survive.
And it was the first time that I had ever had to deal with something of that magnitude, of, watching this little itty bitty thing that I had grow inside of me, take his last breath. It was definitely really hard. And I know what that feeling's like, to lose my child, and I never want my mother to feel that.
She's now in recovery and shared her story on her 11th day at Awakenings Recovery Center in Hagerstown, Maryland.
I woke up one day and realized that if I didn't change my life, my mother would know exactly how I felt.
This new state report shows Washington County, where Courtney lives, saw a 32.5% increase in opioid overdose deaths in 2020. It's part of a significant uptick in Western Maryland, which saw the largest surge in the state.
If I could actually sit down and cry all the time, every time I lose somebody that I know, or I know someone that knows them, I'd be doing a lot of crying.
Robert ZELLNER is the Director of Client Services at Awakenings. He showed us some of the drug hotspots in the area.
So the next place I'm going to take you.
Why do you think the numbers are so high in Washington County?
You just have a really quick freeway to go from New York or Florida up here, and from anywhere, California, Midwest to here. People come here to set up shop to sell narcotics.
The COVID-19 pandemic also affects these numbers.
With the immediate shutdowns of therapists, churches were being closed, and that's where mutual aid groups are usually held.
Rob understands how important these services are. He's also in recovery. He started using drugs when he was just 14 and escalated to using more dangerous drugs and selling them. That experience helps him help others.
When you're able to see just a light at the end of the tunnel, just see somebody almost just like you, get better with their life. That person can do it, I can do it.
The patients we spoke to hope legislation can assist them on the road to a better life. That's where Maryland Congressman David TRONE comes in. Fighting the opioid epidemic is personal for him. His nephew Ian died from a fentanyl overdose days after they celebrated Christmas together and after years of trying to help him stay clean. Ian was just 24.
It's more than just what was taken from him. It was taken from all those around him, all of his friends, all of his loved ones. That joy that they would have had with him, it's just overnight, it's gone.
The congressman formed a bipartisan working group on addiction and mental health. It now has over 100 members. They're considering bills to address funding, the shortage of mental health professionals, more research to understand addiction, and support for families. TRONE hopes the new data from the state will help motivate action.
We're losing the battle in a large way. So we've got to look behind the number and look at the individual people, in their stories, in the stories that they never had.
Sitting here today, how many of you all are hopeful that you will not become one of these statistics?
I chose to find hope in that. I wake up every day not dead, and I'm more fortunate than my best friends ever could have been.